Everybody, welcome to the stream. We got some new heat from 2K with some new cards, these prime packs, and we're gonna get right into it, doing an overview of these new cards. They look like they dropped some new ones. I already picked up 3. I picked up Jimmy, who was on buyout on a little snipe. Lance was pretty cheap at about 5K. And Derek Jones, who's on buyout. So we're going to go deep dive into those guys after this stream. But for now, we'll just do an overview, take a look at everybody, look at their stats and so on and so forth. We'll start from the bottom to the top. So let's see, Derek Jones, let's look at his positioning first and foremost. So he's an undersized small forward at 6'6", but we know he's going to be a little similar to Zion, is my guess, where he's going to be a guy who's cutting for you, he's jumping out the gym, he can hit the three-pointer. I mean, that drive and dunk is insane. The ball handle's at 86. It's a shame he can't play 2-guard because this is definitely one of the stronger rubies in the game. 86 speed, which is going to go up to about a 91 with the coaching boost. So this card might be decent. Let's look at his badges. He's got all of the dunking badges. He only has contact finisher on goal. I shouldn't say only. I mean, he's a ruby. So I mean, guys, he's got quick draw, no range extender. This should be a really good Ruby card for your low overall or budget squads. There are better options in terms of budget cards, because like Landry Fields and stuff like that. But in terms of lower overall, going down into the Ruby, this guy should be close to the top of the heap. Look at Lance Stevenson. This is probably the card I'm most excited about besides Dwayne Wade and the whole set. Because he's got some juice with him. Let me pop into the chat, see what you guys are talking about. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. So Lance has some insane stats. He's got a 92 midi, an 88 three-point shot. The driving dunks at 85. He can even do standing dunks with a 96 ball handle, 92 perimeter defense. This is definitely in the running for top amethyst cards in the game. We'll see if he has that range extender. If he does, he's like right up there with Landry Fields and that recently released Terrence Davis. So he's got Hall of Fame quick first step. That is insane. And Hall of Fame clamps. He's already up there. I mean, he's got gold dimer. Guys, this is a near top card in the game. Like, he's way up there, and he's got gold range extender. It is insane. This card, I would say, should be, unless he has terrible animations, like this card has to be an automatic pickup. I'm struggling to see how he's not a pink diamond, to be quite honest with you. If he could play point guard, he'd be in the conversation. This is insane. This card is insane. Wow. Can't wait to do the deep dive on this guy. We're going to go into a deep dive with him and Jimmy and Derek Jones right after this. Oof. And Jimmy's got the stats. I've already shot around with Jimmy. His shot is excellent. I can tell you guys that right off the bat. 85 drive and dunk. He's a worse dunker than Lance. That's pretty funny. He doesn't have a standing dunk. 86 ball handle. Now we know with this card, it's the defense. You throw him and Kawhi on the perimeter and you just have no worries whatsoever. They're going to clamp up. The perimeter defense is a 96. The interior defense is a 70, which is actually pretty great for a perimeter card. The athleticism is a 90. Speed, 86 speed with ball, 88 vert, 90 acceleration, 98 lateral quickness. This guy is off the charts, and I expect he's going to have every good perimeter badge. He's got Hall of Fame Intimidator. That's the big one right there. They do not give out Hall of Fame Intimidator very freely. What's up, David Bogdansky, B. Wilson, Swish Lord, Noti Gang in the squad. What's up, Taylor Cool? You said you're gonna stick with Diamond Jimmy. Well, I mean, Jimmy's only 100K right now, so I don't think it's a bad upgrade, even though he's probably pretty close to Diamond Jimmy. In fact, while we're here, we're gonna look at him versus Diamond Jimmy. Let's see. Let's go to the auction house. That's a good comparison. I'm actually glad you said that. All right, let's go to color diamond and let's see what's different about this Jimmy Butler. Can we get a, yeah, there we go. So he's a much higher three-point rating. I do think the three-point rating is worth the 100K, to be honest with you, because he goes so many points above. So his three-pointer is going to be a 99 with a coach. So I think right off the bat, that's worth it. The perimeter defense only goes up a little bit. He goes up 2 points in speed, putting him towards the elite tier of speed. Yeah, and if you sell your, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just like thinking about it. If you sell your Jimmy and you can pick this guy up for 100K, I think it's worth the difference, whatever it would be, because you're probably going to sell your Jimmy for what, 30, 40, 50, whatever. And it's the Hall of Fame Intimidator too. Like, that Intimidator badge is so strong, man. Like, it's such a strong badge. Everything else is like pretty close, but it's the Hall of Fame defensive badges that, I mean, look at all of these Hall of Fame badges that really put him over the top. Like that Hall of Fame pick dodger. These are big badges. And normally I'm not an advocate of upgrading cards like this, but I'm just telling you what I would do. If I had the Diamond Jimmy, I would sell him and snipe this pink diamond for 100K if you can get it, because he's flying out of packs right now, and people are putting Dwayne Wade and Shaq up for buyout. So, you know, that's just me though. That's just my opinion. The Jimmy Butler card looks insane. I already tested him out a little bit. He's got some. He's missing a couple of dribbles I really like, but he has some elite dribbles, just to give you guys a sneak preview. Now, just because I'm trying to be a responsible channel, I'm going to do Karl Malone. But we all hate Karl Malone, right? Like, we hate Karl Malone. You pulled Jimmy? Yeah. I sniped Jimmy for 100K, B. Wilson, and I missed 4 snipes. He's flying out of cards. SPAC, I would wait on selling him because his value is pretty low because he's flying out of packs right now. So, I mean, maybe his value will go down. Maybe you do want to put him up right now. Yeah, we all hate Karl Malone, but you know what? We're going to look at Karl Malone anyway. I'm definitely not doing a deep dive on this card because I'm just going to say right now, let me see if he has an 86 ball handle. No, he has a 60 ball handle. So, guys, this card is trash. Like, and the reason this card is trash is because there are so many good cards at his position, including Anthony Davis, who I think AD is the best triple threat online card in the game, even better than Giannis, and because he can play with anybody, and I think there's an argument to be made that he is, I'm not going to say better than Giannis hands down, but Giannis is in terms of Giannis is the best card you run your game plan through. Anthony Davis is the best card to pair with a card that you run your game plan through. Like, if you're running Ben Simmons, Anthony Davis is better. If you're running Magic Johnson, Anthony Davis is better. But if you're running Giannis, obviously Anthony Davis is super great. Whereas if you're running Giannis, you would rather have somebody with, you know, range extender all around him. That's my thing. So I think he is the best complementary card in the game, and depending on what your lineup is, that might make him better for you than Giannis outright if you're not running a Giannis game plan. If Giannis is just playing Pascal Siakam for you, sitting in the corner while Magic Johnson goes to the basket, I would run Anthony Davis because he's insane. But I'm getting off topic. I just had to say that. I will do a deep dive on that, throw up some triple threat gameplay because this guy is wild. Karl Malone, he's got an 83-point shot. Guys, this card is trash. Good. We hate you, Karl. We hate you, Karl Malone. You are garbage. And they made you garbage. Who cares about whatever they gave you? He's got gold clamps. His speed isn't that great. He doesn't have range extender. This is a joke card. This is what we call, like in fighting games, a joke weapon. Or in RPGs, they call it a joke weapon. It's a weapon that has like no stats and it hurts your character when you swing it. That's this card. He hurts your team when you play him. So he is trash the way he's supposed to be. That makes me very happy that he is garbage. He should definitely cost less than Lance Stevenson. I'm gonna say that right now. Why hate Karl Malone? He's just a guy that likes hunting the throwing elbows. You said Jimmy's the Walt Frazier of this drop. Well, I mean, Jimmy was an elite wing for a very long time. So now that he goes up to Pink Diamond with Hall of Fame Intimidator, I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be phenomenal. So this is the one card that I want. I'm not going to pull packs from this set because it's really me pulling for one card, and I don't believe in that. I don't believe in pulling packs for one card. I think that's crazy because if you don't get the card, you lose. But this Dwayne Wade card should be crazy. He can play point guard, which is number 1. He's 6'4", which is a good height, not a crazy, amazing height. But if you played this Amethyst fully evoed, you know he has some of the best animations in the game. Like going to the basket, he's one of the best cards going to the basket. I view him, like in real life, he's probably just a straight up upgrade to like a Donovan Mitchell on Oladipo would be my guess. As you can see, the stats are out of control. 93 three-pointer, 95 drive and dunk, 92 ball handle. He's the best shot blocking guard of all time, so he has a 90 block. And if he has chase down artists with his athleticism, that 90 block is going to make him a very unique card in this game. Because I can tell you guys, I was just playing in the park yesterday, and how y'all like my New York accent right there? I was playing in the park yesterdays. So I was playing in the park yesterday with my Westbrook build, the two-way slash and playmaker. And the chase down block is crazy, man. And I only have rebound chaser and athleticism. Like, it's nuts. If you have, I'm not rebound chaser, chase down artist and athleticism. And it's just nuts how many blocks you can get. New PD Jimmy or Ingram. It depends on if you want offense or defense. I would say Jimmy's a more well-rounded card, but I personally really loved Ingram's animations. But we're gonna get into. I'm gonna do the Jimmy deep dive right after this, guys. 96 speed. I mean, look, the stats is crazy. He's Dwayne Wade. Let's just see what badges he has, because I think this card is gonna be elite at what he does overall. He's got the Hall of Fame floor general, Hall of Fame quick draw, which he needs because his release is a little slow, but it's very good. The Deadeye, clutch shooter, quick first step is on Hall of Fame. Downhill is a completely irrelevant badge when you have a 99 speed, which he will have with a coach. Hall of Fame clamps, well deserved. Fancy, fast break. Look at all of these Hall of Fame badges. Now, it's worth noting he does only have Gold Intimidator, which is still really good. But I will say this, if you're trying to just play a defensive card, there might be other cards that feel better defensively because of that Intimidator badge being all those, defensive badges being a Hall of Fame. Because Intimidator is such a strong badge. Like, I always try to, drop little info things on this channel like that, and I cannot stress. And he also doesn't have Hall of Fame range extender. So while I do believe this card is excellent, I think there are cards people might prefer to play over this card. I don't think he's a straight up top of the meta card in terms of like he defines the meta. I think he fits into the meta. He's a very good card. But if somebody has a Hall of Fame range extender card that they just like better, or a Hall of Fame intimidator card that they just like better, I could see that being a thing, because sometimes those cards get the magic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just, like, when they get that Hall of Fame Intimidator, you just feel like, man, that card clamps up for me. So I think Dwayne Wade, I think he's great. I want the card for myself, but I don't think he's a, oh my god, spend 400 KMT on the card. I think he's, there's cards for 100, 200 KMT that you can get that do his job, and for you, it might be that they do his job better. But an excellent card, definitely a card that I want because I love his Amethyst card. If his Amethyst card had gold clamps, I'd be playing that card right now. So let's look at this pink diamond Shaquille O'Neal. So we know the deal with Shaquille O'Neal. The main thing with Shaq is obviously he can't shoot pretty much at all. And he's going to be backing people down. And he's a one-trick pony. He's like a less well-rounded Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in a sense. The difference is that his matchup is physical. So it requires less skill to use Shaq, and he probably demands that you help. I think it's harder to help on Shaq because he's going to be moving people backwards. Whereas with Kareem, because he's taking his shot a little farther away from the basket, you don't have to run as deep into the paint to help him. It doesn't really favor Kareem to be under the basket. Kareem is just as deadly from 7 to 12 as he is from 7 to 1 feet away from the basket, whereas Shaq is trying to get under the basket, drop step and dunk on you. So he's got the quick draw, he's got gold clamps, funny enough. So the one thing I think we should look at with Shaq here is his perimeter defense, because if he gets killed in the pick and roll, he's got a 77 perimeter D. What is his, in an 84 speed? That's gonna make this card feel silly. That's going to make this card feel really good. And an 84 lateral quickness. Wow. He got juiced. So I do think he is a meta-defining card because like Kareem, he's one of a kind. He's the only card that's going to be able to overpower people to the level that he will be able to overpower people and also defend in the pick and roll, right? Like, yeah, Yao is cheesy in the post, but Yao is just food in the pick and roll. Whereas Shaq is going to be excellent defensively and excellent in the post. Now, if you need centers that can shoot, then this card isn't for you, right? Like, this pretty cut and dry. Yeah, he just can't shoot. So he said Shaq is the Black Steph Curry. Yeah, that's wrong on so many levels. I'm so sorry I read that out loud. I apologize. I rewind time and I unread that comment. But all right, guys. Yo, thank you so much for watching. That's the overview. A lot of good cards. I don't know if outside of Karl Malone, I don't know if there's a bad card in here. You said Magic or Wade. I mean, I think Magic is the overall better card in the sense that he's a cheese ball, you know, and you can run a very cheesy style. But if you like range extender, then Magic's not for you, you know. And if you're running Giannis, I think, you know, Wade would be better to run with Giannis than Magic, because you can't just smash the paint with but so many characters. So I'm a believer that if you're running Giannis or Ben Simmons or Magic, everybody else should space the floor. You don't want to, you know, with a very few exceptions, you don't want to be diving into the paint with 3-4 characters or kicking it out to Magic with his, you know, he doesn't have the best release. Like, they gave him good shooting ratings, but he's not a killer from out there. In fact, I think Giannis is a better shooter in terms of release than Magic is. So, you know, and Ben Simmons really can't shoot. So, you know what I mean? So, I think it's about what else you're running when you say Magic or Dwayne Wade, and I think that's where we are in a year. You know, like, same thing with Shaq. If you were to say Shaq or Anthony Davis or Shaq or, you know, Bill Russell, it depends on what else you're running, right? Like I said, Anthony Davis is the best complementary card in the game. If you have a good card, you put Anthony Davis next to that card, he's the best card to put with another card. So I actually think he's tied for Giannis for best in the game because he's absolutely insane. Like, there's literally nothing that the card can't do. He can even take people off the dribble, because even though he doesn't have a quick first step, the way he moves, it just uses left stick into the lane past any center. Like, I feel such a cheese ball playing that card. Like, he just stands next to Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain can't make a shot into the basket. So, you know, it depends on what you're running. But I personally lean towards Wade, because if I'm going to go to the basket all the time with a card, I would rather do that with Giannis. Now, you could also run Giannis to start and Magic off the bench and run the same game plan twice, in which case I'd say you want Magic and Wade, right? You want Wade to play with Giannis, and then you want Anthony Davis to play with Magic. That's how I would run it. But alright, guys, stay right here for this channel. I'm going to restart the stream. We're going to go into these deep dives. First, we're going to do Lance, and I'll do Lance and Derek. Should I do Lance and Derek Jones at the same time? No, we'll just do Lance first. Opinion on Diamond Pat Beverly. I hate that card. I hate Diamond Pat Beverly, and the reason I hate Diamond Pat Beverly by Dizzy is I think Pat Bev is the worst at his job. Right? Like, there's so many like Marcus Smart type cards out there that play defense and have range extender, Kyle Lowry, stuff like that, and all of them are better than Pat Beverly. Pat Beverly's the shortest. He has the worst release. He has the worst animations. I understand why the card has gone for like 8K, because I think Pat Beverly is a genuinely bad card. There are Amethyst cards I'd run ahead of Pat Beverly easy. Easy. Alright, so I'm going to restart this stream, guys. I'll see y'all here in a bit.